We're going to take a look at BYP Network, Black Young Professional Networks app, and it is dubbed the Black LinkedIn. So if we go to the App Store and check it out, the first thing I notice is I really like the color scheme and the simple graphics. I think it's really important to have simple graphics. Although there's quite a few 5-star ratings, but they don't have that many ratings. There's only 8 ratings, and I'm one of them. Considering that the size of their reach on Instagram, I would like to see more ratings. It has a relatively simple sign in page. I'm going to sign in. I already made an account earlier. So I was just checking out what it looks like if you click sign up. So I go back and I try and sign in. And so it takes us to a relatively simple interface. One thing that I probably would like to see if I was a first-time user is an onboarding process, but obviously I already made an account, but there is no onboarding process to kind of ease your way into the app. On this first page, you have a whole bunch of groups that you can join. So I click on Tech Lovers because I love tech. And what it looks like is some kind of forum style conversation. And this is cool, but it doesn't really differ to what a website could offer. And these are questions I ask myself when I'm developing apps for myself or for clients. What is the app offering that a website cannot offer? So I'm going to click around me, and I think this is a pretty cool feature that you can see who is around you and nearby. And this looks like it's done using Mapbox or similar plugin. And you have people's profiles, you can see what they do and how far they are. And I'm curious whether you can hide your location or show your location. I did personally give it location permissions. And my guess is that if you don't give it location permissions, you won't be able to locate someone. But I do think this is a bit troublesome as I zoom in to this person and I can see a particular location. And if I try to post, it's very similar to Twitter or Facebook in that you post and there's some kind of timeline. So I just leave a comment telling them I really like the app. It's interesting that the first page I log into is not the timeline page. I would expect it to be the timeline page. And so we click on menu and we see a Black business directory. Although this is a nice feature, especially since it's a professional LinkedIn for Black people, I don't think this is actually necessary for the app, especially in the early version of the app. What I try to tell people about early versions of apps is to focus on the core features. Again, you have a blog, and the blog is great, especially for websites. Blogs are great for SEO and to improve your search rankings. But I'm wondering here, does it really offer that much value to have it in an app? As you can see, there has been no likes and no comments on that particular blog post. I actually thought it was cool that they had the podcast in the app, but as you can see, I guess this is a still work in progress with this particular page, as the images don't quite load. And when I click on one of the episodes, it's basically taking me away from the app. So you want to try and keep your users in the app as much as possible. But again, this is no big deal because it's one of the early versions of the app. So we click on the donation part. we can see that they exceeded their goal, which is amazing. I'm very proud of their team and the work they're doing. They have been trying to crowdfund for further development of the business. And we go into the job board. So this is really the core of the company and what BYP Network do and how they generate their money. And you can see a very similar thing to Indeed or Monster or any of the job apps you have or you may have. And so I actually tried to search, and I think I did this wrong. I typed the wrong things in the wrong places. So I'm looking for a product manager position in London. And I actually changed it to project manager. And you see a whole list of positions that meet the criteria or meet the criteria as close as possible. And very similar to many job boards or even LinkedIn that you'll see, there's no difference. So I try to click apply and it takes me to this page. I think it's great that you have sign in with LinkedIn. On the initial sign in page to the app, you didn't have no single sign in. I couldn't sign in with Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. And I think it's great that they have that here. So I'm going to sign in. And I've signed in, but I would expect it to automatically send my information once I click send, but it's asking me to upload a CV. And obviously I'm on my phone, so I don't have a PDF of a CV in my phone. So that's kind of troublesome, especially considering that's one of the main features of the app. Again, I try another job post and see if it's just that job post, but it's the same thing. I would like to easy apply, similar to like Indeed do. So I go back to the feed where I have made a post, and you see the engagement isn't great right now. So I like a post similar to Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. You have some kind of timeline of activity.